Today we pick a random property on Zillow. I'm going to show you how to analyze a rental property to achieve your financial freedom. Let's dive into it.
Welcome to the Smack Fest, the beat down. The SWAT team is here on another beautiful day of shutting the week down.
Hey guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome. This channel is all about financial freedom through real estate investing so you can live your best life. So we're going to jump right into it. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. And if you like the content, make sure to hit the like button. So the very first thing we did, we went on Zillow. There is a property here I'm going to click on. It's $204,000. It is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,600 square foot. Let's click on it. Let's analyze this. I have not even looked at this property. So first thing we're going to see is it's $122 a square foot, which is very fair. 1969 build, which makes me think the plumbing could be an issue. Definitely cast iron, most likely. So I want to make sure that's been replaced. And if it hasn't, you're probably going to be on the hook for it because it's probably giving you hard time. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to scroll down and gotcha. Okay. So there's going to be some repairs. There's also going to be, looks like, some foundation movement in here as well. A lot of wear on some of the floors. I'm just going to kind of blow through these pictures first, and then we're going to go through one by one. I'm going to show you a couple things that stand out to me. It's got I guess that's a backyard. It's got a large backyard. Looks like it's all fenced. Corner lot, potentially, unless there's a house there. Maybe not corner lot. Maybe it is corner lot. Yeah, it is. Okay, that's cool. L shape. I like those L-shaped properties myself. All right, so let's do this. Let's go click on these. So the first thing you see is going to need a few things here. It's going to need new floors. I can tell you right off the bat, it's going to need new flooring. You got transitions right here. It's just this stuff's heavy wear. You've got some issues here. It almost looks like it's definitely missing trim, but maybe they had dogs, maybe they had water damage. Kind of hard to tell. Then you got something funky going on up here, and you got a little bit in the ceiling areas. So I can tell there's definitely needs to be some rehab. All right, so you got some, I don't know what this is. Somebody started painting, didn't paint. Maybe it's cover up. That right there looks like it's a settling crack. This definitely could be some foundation movement as well. When you walk the property, that's what you kind of do. I literally walk in here, I'll walk around on all four corners, and you will be able to tell as a human, hey, we're dipping here or we're not dipping here, and walk in every single room, walk every corner, like literally like walk around the room, and you'll be able to tell, hey, is the foundation, is it walk flat or do we have potential problems? So it's hard to tell what's going on here. It's probably a leak if I had to guess, only because of skylights, silicone goes bad and stuff. Such heavy wear here, guys. Like, this is crazy how much wear is wear and tear on these floors. So I would budget all brand new floors throughout this entire house. We're going to go over how much that's going to cost here in a second. Yeah. Also, when you're here, you also want to do the smell check. Has it been smoked in? You're also going to have to do that as well. Basically, have to buy an ozone machine, have to get all the ducts cleared out. Lots of updating needs to be here as long as the area, allows for it. What I mean is you don't want to put like granite countertops if you can't get, the extra money for rent in that area. So yeah, all this cabinet, wood, all this stuff is outdated. The stainless steel is nice though. Yeah, a lot of wood. Keep going. Carpet. As soon as I see one room that looks like that, I automatically assume two things. The entire house needs to be done, and two, that's a lot of water. That looks like some moldy carpet as well. Being that there's a bathroom right there, it could be that this person just likes to drip dry, and, well, they just continue to walk through, and it's always constantly wet. Maybe, maybe not. It's definitely a property you want to walk and look at and determine the rehab budget in person. But you already, like I said, once I see carpet looks like this, I determine the whole house needs to be done, and I'm generally right. Okay, so a couple things that we're going to look at. We're looking at the ceiling. Make sure the ceiling's not falling down. Make sure the same thing with the walls. They're not bowed or cracked, or it's got good bones. I keep saying that in videos. You want to find a property with good bones. If it's got good bones and the numbers can make sense, it's always a much safer bet than buying a total gut, unless that's what you're into, and then that's fine. So yeah, it's gonna be. I can't really tell. Is that mud or is it just? Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be real muddy when it rains. I can tell you that. You've got some repairs here. Yeah, you're gonna have to walk around this property. You're gonna take a good look at the roof as well, because you are gonna have quite a bit of repairs on this one. Okay, so we want to know, is this a good deal? Well, we're about to find out. So what we're gonna do first off is, remember I was telling you all the flooring throughout. I usually budget about $4 a square foot. Lately, it's actually been a little bit more expensive than that, because sometimes you got to replace all the baseboards, and so it gets pricey. But we're going to throw in $4 a square foot. It's $66.96. Just call it $7,000. For flooring in this house. And what I mean by is, we're not putting down carpet again. We're going to put down vinyl flooring. It's waterproof, it's life proof, it's dog proof, it's cat proof, it's washer and dryer proof. It's basically kids run out from the above ground pool and run all over the house and don't wipe it up kind of proof. That's what I'm talking about. So we're going to scroll down. We're going to read about this property. One story. This one story? Hold on a second. Wait a second. I could have swore I saw... Oh, maybe that's just a vaulted ceiling. Okay, I just assumed that was the second story. This one story sits on a corner lot surrounded by trees, open floor plan, wood flooring, and carpet, which is all going to be tore out. 4 bedrooms and 2 full baths, which is good. I always like to have 2 full baths, or at least 1.5. Mainly because if you have a toilet issue, it's not an emergency because, well, you have another one. Eating kitchen, as well as a separate dining, wood paneling, and neutral walls. Great as an investment property. Just because they say that, it doesn't mean it is. So what we're going to do is this. You are going to copy this address here. You're going to go to rentometer.com. The first thing we're going to do is make sure, does this meet the 1% rule? This is the very first thing you do. If you got a paper and pencil, write this down. Does the property meet the 1% rule? 1% rule means what you have in it total after you're done, say $240,000 for instance, I'm just guessing. Will it rent for 1% of that per month? So let's double check. We're going to go in here. We're going to hit 4 bedroom, 1.5 or more, house duplex. I usually leave it on smart. And then we're going to check. All right, so your average is $21.45, but that's not everything. And your comps here are pretty tight. So let's see here. I'm going to hit view pro report. I have a pro subscription for this. So you can see where it's trending. It looks like it's trending up. But this is what I want to look at, only because this is, okay, no, this is a 1,600 square foot house. I was thinking it was bigger than that. Okay, so my comps, I don't really want to look on the other side of this highway if I don't have to. So I'm looking at A, B, and C are my 3 closest, and I can go over here if I have to. A, B, and C. Square footage, 1,800 for 12, 2,200 for 2. So we're gonna cut this in the middle. Let's just call it $1.30 a square foot. Let me bust out my calculator. So, and you know, I can do $1.35 a square foot, honestly, if you're actually gonna go in and rehab it and make it nice and all that good stuff. $1,674. We're looking at call it $2,300 a month. So you know that you don't really want to be in this property for more than about $230,000. So look at your repairs and make an offer accordingly to that. So yeah, that was a pretty easy. All your comps are, I mean, banging just around there. You got a little bigger, a little smaller. You're right in the middle. Plus, what you can do is find one of these that are. I'm gonna pick. All these are. These 2 are pretty close. Let's pick this one. It's $2,200 a month. Let's just see what it looks like. Does it have granite countertops? It doesn't really show this, but it's a 1,956 square foot. Okay, so yeah, I would call that a comp. It probably has a 2-car garage in the back. And then the other one here, let's see what this guy looks like. Yeah, I would say it's a comp as well. It's 1,200 square foot, so it's quite a bit smaller. Another thing is this market right now is moving very, very, very quickly. So look at when these rented. June 2022. Okay, so that's good. Some of these comps are like September 21. Okay, that's far back, especially in this market. It's too far back. Comps and rents are going up significantly because the APRs are going up. The property taxes, especially here in North Texas, are skyrocketing. So the rent values are going up drastically, like $200-300 a month on renewal. Okay, so we want to know, hey, what is a good buy price? Well, I mean, it'll rent for $2,300. Don't bring in it for more than $230,000. Figure out your repairs, make your offer. Pretty simple, right? But I also want to know, what's the property worth once I fix it up? Am I buying into any equity at all? So if you have a real estate agent, make sure you give them all this information, basically. Okay, the address, and they'll actually pull you up sales comps. But tell them, hey, look, I'm going to have granite countertops. I'm going to have stainless steel appliances. I'm going to have, new flooring, so they can actually find you like property. So this is how I find some comps without actually going into the MLS. This is a cool little way that I learned from another YouTuber, which is kind of cool. So go on redfin.com, put the address in, only erase the number. Okay, it'll take us to the street. We don't want to put the number because it'll hone you in just to that one house. So wait just a second. And there we go. Okay, so to bring you right smack, and the 204 is this one, the same one we're looking at. So we're right smack there. So you got a hot home at 203, which is right down the street. Let's look at this one, because this is how big is this? 1,600, and this is a 3. Okay, so this is a good comp. And this one is the same price. So I guess it'll tell you if you're overpaying. Okay, it's a little trashed. I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, it's really, really outdated. It's ugly, but I mean, think about it. I mean, okay, so you got some foundation movement right there, some cracks. So you might have some additional repairs on this one. I mean, once you take all this and throw it in the dump and replace the flooring, ooh. So you got some plumbing issues as well. That could be expensive. Man, this is so dark. It's almost a little creepy in there. Yeah, I mean, oh gosh, is that a big hole again? Yeah, this house is in worse shape. Yeah, for sure. This house is in worse shape. I could tell you those AC systems probably don't work. This is kind of normal. You'll see this. It's the corners buckling. Here in North Texas, they call them just, popped corners. It's common. It's not something to be completely freaked out about. This kind of stuff happens on the corners. It's just common here in North Texas. A lot of people see that. When I was a first-time home buyer, saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, this house is going to fall apart. And that's not the case. All the time. Make sure you get an inspection if you want to get an inspection. I don't get my inspections, but that's not what I recommend. I've been doing this for a little while, and I can walk a property with pretty good, reasonable accuracy and assume repairs, and I've been pretty good. I miss it sometimes. Okay, so you got a 4, 2.5, 21. So this one is a little bit bigger, and it's nice and clean. And then you got this monstrosity, 4, 3, 17 for 375. Oh, very nice. I spoke too soon. Okay, so oh yeah, man, this house is, shoot. This is nice. Big. Oh, man. Cool. All right, so they put some money in this one. So if you want your comps to be coming in at this, what did they say, 100,000, over 100,000 in improvements. Yeah, that's a lot. I can tell. The outside doesn't really show it, but the inside is something else. So what we want to do, though, this is all the stuff that's currently for sale. What we haven't even done is we want to look at the stuff sold. All right. So we're going to go to the last 3 months if we can, home type, and make sure it's a house. Next thing you know, we want to look at, was it a 4? Yeah, it was a 4.2. And this is going to show me all my 4.2s that actually sold. Because when you get an appraisal, they're going to look at sold comps, not what's currently for sale. However, the stuff for sale is about to sell. So that's about to be your comp. So keep that in mind. So if that house down the street does sell for $200,000, that is now a comp of yours. So it's something to be mindful of. That's kind of why I showed you that. So this one, unfortunately, we can't see pictures. It's a bigger house. Well, no, it's a 4.3, 1,400 square foot, but it's $289. Here's a 4.221. It is bigger. Some updates. Okay, so not crazy overdone, just a couple here and there. Very clean though, that's very important. Here's a 4-2-21 base. Oh, whoa. Is that all tile? Wow, that's really nice. Okay, so basically what we're going to do is this, guys. We're going to say we're looking at 300. We're going to look at the square footage. You got 160, and you want to make sure these are nice, though, or at least clean. Okay, that's very important. It has to be clean. Okay, so 160 a square foot, 158 a square foot. Well, that one's very nice. 165. So they're banging all around 160. This one's 198, but you can't see good pictures. All right, so we're going to call it 160. Okay, guys. They're all around 160, and well, that's our comps, okay? But it has to be nice. So you remember, your comps are showing granite countertops. That's what you have to do. Stainless steel. That's what you have to do. All brand new flooring, new paint. That's what you got to do in order to hit 160. Now, $160 square foot times 1,674 is $267,000 is what this property would be worth after you fix it up. Question is, how much money does it need in rehab? So when you walk through, you're going to look at a couple things, guys. I assume $4 a square foot for flooring. For paint, you can assume $3 a square foot, which could be a little bit on the high side. I like to always over budget and under budget. You know, and then you're going to have a lot of miscellaneous, new smoke detectors, new, you know, the door handles and all that, the hardware, changing the locks. This looks okay, but you know, new fans. You know, figure the fans are about $150 a pop, and you're spending about that as well installing them. Just simple stuff like that, but it does add up. I just want you to let you know. So here's a cool rule of thumb. Okay, is this a light rehab property? Is about $10 a square foot. Like total, okay. Medium rehab property is about $20 a square foot. Heavy rehab property is about $30 a square foot. So if I had to come in and say, what is this? I'd probably say this is a medium rehab, only because you're tearing out a lot of stuff. You're painting probably every wall. You're redoing the kitchen. You're doing all the floors. You know, the cabinets as well, and that's kind of what throws us into the medium is the cabinets as well. You may have to replace those doors. I mean, just all the way around. So if we were to take 1,674 square foot times a medium rehab, there's 33,480. I never talk like that. So $35,000 in rehab. So if you were to buy this at, we'll just say 204. I'm not saying that's a good buy. You'll be in it for $239. You kind of see what I'm saying. And rents, I think, were they like what, 23? So you basically come in at 204 minus 9,000 at 195,000. That'll put you exactly at your 1%, and you'll have a little bit of equity as well. Pretty simple. This one is a you know, I call this when I walk in a property like this. I tell my contractor, I go, I just want you to fix the ugly. Everything that's ugly, let's fix it. You know, paint. You know, walls need paint and floors need replacing, and you know, ugly. You know, if you look at, well, that fan may or may not be so bad in person, but you know, some of these fans, I guarantee it, are you know, that one's not too bad either. Okay, well, that one's ugly. There we go. I knew I was going to find an ugly fan here somewhere. I don't know what it is, but some people like to replace like one fan at a time versus just like getting all nice, you know, 100 fans all at once. Anyway, so yeah, something like that's been around since, you know, I was born basically. So that is how you determine a buy price on a property. Now, there's many ways you can buy this. You can go with hard money. You can go, I think my last hard money loan, I put down 15%. You can go with private money. You can go down and put down 20% down on a property like this. And just remember that, you know, right now, as of this video, right now, your APRs are about, let's call it 5.5. I always like to round everything up. 5.5, okay? If you're an investor like me and you've already tapped out on loans and banks laugh you out the door, don't let the door hit you on the way out kind of situation like I am. I'm paying right now, I'm paying 7.8%. So my numbers have to be really strong. You can't just be like, oh, this is a base hit kind of deal. Your base hit is not my base hit because I'm paying so much more in APR. So just keep that in mind. So you guys getting started, you guys have a little bit of advantage. You guys could probably go to a bank, probably get financing, at least for the first handful of properties until they basically tell you no. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below. We talk about everything real estate investing and achieving your financial freedom as early as possible. If you guys got any questions, let me know. Make sure you smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It is always appreciated. And until next time, I will see you on the next one.